Good morning. Today we are working on CO51. We are continuing with finding the area. Yesterday we talked about finding the perimeter and area of a rectangle and square. Today we are talking about that perimeter and area of a parallelogram. So let's look at what a parallelogram is. So we know that a parallelogram has four sides to it. So a parallelogram is kind of like a rectangle, but it's slanted. This side is equal to this side, and then the two long sides are equal to each other. So the base of a parallelogram can be the length of any of the sides of the parallelogram, so the length, and then the height is the perpendicular distance between the side whose length is the base and the opposite side. So when something is perpendicular, it means they go straight up and down and they make that right angle. So if we're going to call the bottom line our base, we're going to go straight up to right where that vertex is, where our top line and our bottom line connect with that perpendicular line. We have a right angle that will form here because it's perpendicular. So our base would be down here. Our height is it going up. So the area of a parallelogram is the product. Remember, product means to multiply the base and the corresponding height. So to see it written out, we have our area equals base times height. So just like with a rectangle, we said it was length times width, because remember with our rectangle, we had our length times our width. With a parallelogram, we have our base times the height. So here's how we use that. Finding the area of a parallelogram. Find the area of our parallelogram with a base of 10 centimeters and a height of 6 centimeters. So if I draw out a parallelogram, if I say my base is 10 centimeters and my height is 6 centimeters, I know my area equals my base times my height. So I'm going to do 10 times 6 is 60. Centimeter times a centimeter gives me the centimeters squared. That's how we find the area of a parallelogram. Same way that we found the area of a rectangle. If we were to find the perimeter of the parallelogram, we would need to know our length and the width, and then we just add them all up just like a rectangle. So you would add all four sides up to find that perimeter. So perimeter finding is the same as with the rectangle. The area, instead of length and width, it's length, the base times the height. So for example 2, we're going to find the base of the parallelogram. We're going to use that same formula, area equals base times height, and we're going to fill in the information that they give us. So a treadmill's belt is in the shape of a parallelogram before its ends are joined to form a loop. The belt's area is 2,052 square inches. The belt's width, which is the height of the parallelogram, is 18 inches. Find the length of the belt, which is the base of the parallelogram. So our picture would look like this. Oops. Our base is, we don't know the base, sorry. Our height is 18 inches. And we know the area equals 2,052 inches squared. We want to find our base. That is our question. So if our formula is the area equals base times height. We're going to fill in our information that we know into that formula. So we know our area is 2,052 inches squared, and that equals the base times 18 inches. So now we need to think about what we've learned about our algebra on how we can get the base by itself, because we want to find just the base. So we need to find our base by itself. And we know right now we're multiplying the base by a number. So to get the base by itself, we want to divide by that number. And we divide both sides by that number. So 18 inches divided by 18 inches crosses itself off. Then we have 2,052 inches squared divided by 18 inches. So we're going to divide an inch out of our inches squared. So we're going to be left with just our single inch. And then we have 2,052 divided by 18. And that gives us 114 inches. So that is our answer. Our base is 114 inches. And it's singular because we divided an inch out. It's not squared. It's just one set of inches. So in order to find a missing base or a missing height, you have to divide out the number that we know, so we're left with the variable that we're looking for. So remember, you always want to do the opposite. Then we have comparing areas of parallelograms. The base of a parallelogram is 4 feet. So here's my parallelogram. The base is 4 feet, and the height is 9 feet. It's enlarged to have dimensions 3 times that of the original. So I'm going to enlarge it. So now if I'm enlarging it 3 times, it means I'm going to multiply each dimension by 3. So instead of 4 feet, I have 4 times 3, give me 12 feet. Instead of 9 feet, 9 times 3, my height is going to be 27 feet. So then I need to find the area of both. So the area of my original, base times height, 4 times 9, gave me 36. And my enlarged one would be 12, my base of 12. So sorry, that's 36 feet. 12 feet times 27 feet would give me 324 feet. So now I want to compare them. And remember, when we compare numbers, we can put them as a ratio. So I can have 36 feet over 324 feet. And I can simplify that by dividing a 36 out of the top and the bottom. So 36 divided by 36 is 1. 324 divided by 36 is 9. So it would be compared by 1 to 9. So for today's assignment, we are going to be doing just page 149. We're not going to be going into page 150 with the rhombuses. We are just doing page 149. And when we look at that page, we can see that we need to find the perimeter and the area of the parallelogram. So to find that perimeter, you're going to add up all 4 sides. To find the area of the parallelogram, you multiply the base times the height. So you're always multiplying the base times the height for the area. For the perimeter, you add them all up. When we need to find our unknown base or height, That's, you know, the area. So remember, you have to fill that area in. And our base is 7, and we're looking for the height. So that's where we do our dividing to get height by itself or to get the base by itself. So we hope you are well, and we hope to see you soon.